The Dark Knight. You either die as the hero or live long enough to become a villain. You are not like them. To them you are a freak. They need you right now, but when they don't, they'll cast you out, like a leper. Their rules, their morals, they are bad jokes. Dropped at the first sign of trouble, when the chips are down, these civilized people, they will eat each other. These are some lines that have struck with me throughout the years. Both statements seem like great human responses to tragedies of life and society. But what if I tell you these both lines are by so-called villains Harvey Dent and Joker? For the first time ever, I watched The Dark Knight. I did not know anything about Batman and his villains. Not knowing anything about this movie, while watching arguably the best Batman movie of all time certainly turns out to be a blessing in disguise. It gave me perspective on finding a true masterpiece. I saw it without the filter and any expectation. Nowadays, you cannot escape lore. Spoilers of your highly anticipated movie or series. The moment the movie title is announced, a load of people on the internet, YouTube, start making theory videos. Some people straight up spoil the movie. There is no concept of just enjoying a movie on your own, without a filter of expectation and spoiler. But back then, I did not have internet access, so I did not know about any of the characters and story before watching. And it made the experience of watching the masterpiece 10 times better. When you see this wonderful movie and discover after that, The Dark Knight holds a very important place in the hearts of many people. You really do not need to be a comics fan, or even know about Batman and his villains at all. At the core, this is a story about dealing with loss and pain, the fear and chaos. In this particular movie of trilogy, chaos is the main theme. Batman begins being about the fear and The Dark Knight Rises about the pain. When you superficially look at this movie, it is a great modern action and crime movie, but when you look deep in story and characters, you will find one of the greatest stories ever told. Chapter 1. The Myth. Picture historical myths and comics Batman. These characters are tragic and very human. We have Bruce Wayne dealing with the loss of his parents and standing up to the system and society, which has gone rotten to its core. Being filthy rich would not help. His soul is in pain. No matter how rich and powerful he is, he knows he cannot change anything. Not alone, anyways. As the man, he is weak, prone to danger, even disposable, so he decided to become a myth, a legend.
People need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy, and I can't do that as Bruce Wayne. As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, I can be incorruptible. I can be everlasting.
What symbol?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
If the previous movie is a story about how myths are born, this is the story about how society perceives that myth and how powerful the story can be and what will happen when the myth faces chaos. Chapter 2. The Agent of Chaos. The Agent of Chaos. Joker. There are so many great villains in fiction. Many regard Joker as one of the best villains, but I would argue that he is one of the best characters there. So many people out there want to know about the past and origins of Joker, but if you closely look at his character, he did not need any backstory. It is utterly meaningless to look or try to understand this character. Joker is the definition of chaos and unpredictable, what one would hope to achieve by understanding him, or to give him sad backstory. Very reason why he is unknown makes him a great adversity of Batman. Because Batman in his core is a detective, he investigates and tries to understand criminal. Planned everything and every reason why he cannot understand Joker. Makes Joker a worthy opponent, someone to fear. That is why there are 3 different backstory, and it did not even matter whether anyone is true or not. In the wise words of Alfred,
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
One of the underrated performances is of Aaron Eckhart and his masterful portrayal of the character of Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent is the heart of this movie. He is White Knight and the last standing fraction against chaos. That is why his transformation into madness is one of the most tragic ones. A person that wants to protect people, stand up for what is right without any shadow or mask to protect him. He represents all that Bruce Wayne wants. He is what Batman should be in an ideal world, but we do not live in the ideal world, are we? When an agent of chaos plays his part, and this so-called society collapses, then true ugliness of masses appears. Harvey Dent is the personification of that fact.
When their enemies were at the gates, the Romans would suspend democracy and appoint one man to protect the city. And it wasn't considered an honor, it was considered a public service.
Harvey, the last man that they appointed to protect the Republic was named Caesar, and he never gave up his power.
Okay, fine. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.